And now, la última palabra, the last word on environmental justice. Latinos in the United
.org and the CanTV Plus app. Experience the power of community television.
And now, la última palabra, the last word on environmental justice. Latinos in the United States are likely to live in areas with poor air quality and higher pollution levels. According to a study by the Union of Concerned Scientists, Latino children are 40% more likely to die from asthma-related complications than non-Hispanic white children. This disparity can be attributed to several factors, including proximity to highways, industrial facilities, and power plants often emitting harmful pollutants. Additionally, Latino communities are often exposed to pesticides and other toxic chemicals due to their overrepresentation in agriculture and low-wage industries. Agricultural workers, many of whom are Latino, face direct exposure to harmful chemicals, leading to increased health risks such as respiratory problems, cancer, and birth defects. Access to clean and safe drinking water is a fundamental human right. Yet many Latino communities face challenges in obtaining this essential resource. In both urban and rural areas, Latinos are more likely to live in areas with contaminated water sources, such as outdated infrastructure or proximity to industrial waste disposal sites. Environmental racism perpetuates systemic inequalities and places an unfair burden on the community. Latinos often face barriers to accessing environmental resources and participating in decision-making processes. Language barriers, socioeconomic disparities, and limited representation in environmental organizations and governmental bodies hinder their ability to advocate for their community's environmental concerns effectively. In the article, From One Mayor to the Next, Polluted Communities Still Dealing with Life and Death, Illinois Latino news reporter Luis Kim reports that while Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson is promising to dismantle environmental racism, distressed residents in Pilsen are apprehensive. Community members from Pilsen and some of the most polluted areas in Chicago gathered at a public hearing on October 3rd to express their concerns about the Cumulative Impact Assessment, or CIA. Many criticized the study's emphasis on census tracts that exclude specific neighborhoods from being considered environmental justice neighborhoods. While the CIA is the first of its kind in Chicago, activists remain wary of where the study is headed. As Alfredo Romo, executive director of Neighbors for Environmental Justice, said, "Now comes the hard part. We must hold the city departments accountable to the promises they made in their environmental justice action plans, promises made to the people of Chicago." So how can we achieve environmental justice? The Latino Climate Justice Framework has some ideas. Among them, advance clean, renewable, community-based energy, advance clean mobility, transportation, and shipping. Concerning protecting vulnerable communities from the climate crisis, they recommend building climate-resilient communities, providing equitable access to clean water, protecting farm workers from climate threats, and assisting and resettling climate refugees. I invite you to read their report defining clearly the climate problems Latinos face and presenting actionable solutions.